You win! Perfect!
Hey, what's up guys? Lago here. Today we're going to be looking at the 1/6 scale Chun Li from Street Fighter. This is a StarMan Toys. Here we have a look at the box. And this figure came out in two versions. One with the regular outfit and the other one with the alpha outfit. I believe there's a version with both, but this one is just the regular outfit. We have the box there. StarMan Toys. And once you take out the slip cover, you can see the Chun Li figure inside the clamshell with the plastic packaging. Let's take a look at some accessories. It doesn't come with much. Here we have some hands, open finger hands, good for blasts. It does not come with a blast, but I believe the double costume one does. So we have that for a blast hand. And next up, we're going to be looking at these other types of hands. These are more straightforward and they're used for blocking or any other type of position you can think of. They are nice and bendable, so the plastic is nice and you can do a lot with them. You also have these hands. These are perfect for Chun Li doing her poses. You can see that these are also bendable just like the other ones, so you have this nice soft plastic that can not crack or break over time, you know. Next up, we have the things that she puts on her hair. I don't know the name of them, to be honest. Nicely painted with the gold, and they have magnets on them. So we have the white at the top, we have a little bit of cloth goods, and we have the gold trim. And to add them, Chun Li has two magnets and you could just stick them on right there. This is different from the other 1/6 figure. I think that's Play Toys. Play Toys has sculpted ribbons. This one has soft goods ribbons. We also have the wrist cuffs here that are also available as an accessory. And right out of the packaging, you have Chun Li looking great. I really think that this figure is a nice generic Chun Li look. We have a seamless body. We have the cloth goods. No wire on that skirt piece though, so that's just one thing to think of. And we have the poofy shoulder pads and the cloth goods ribbons at the top. Remember, this one is a StarMan version. There's also a Play Toys version that has a different head sculpt, completely different figure. And I believe Iconic Studios has teased their own Chun Li. So there's going to be several options for a 1/6 Chun Li, but this is the one that I decided to get until the Iconic Studios comes out. So you can see all the nice details here, the leather boots, the stockings, the gold trim on the fabrics. So there's a lot of good stuff happening here with this StarMan Chun Li. You can see that the back has a zipper for her dress, so it is easily removable if you want to change the costume. My version did come with a little mark on the cheek, which is a little bit of an imperfection, but it's nothing that really bothered me too much. Here we have a close-up so you can see how the fabric looks. We have that zipper right up back, and it does zip all the way, but it does unzip every now and then if you're moving the head. We have the very, very shiny fabric being used here. Nice little gold designs all over. And we also have the belt with some type of embroidery in there. The stockings are also well done, as well as the cuffs. Here we have a close-up of the boots, and you can see that they're using real leathery material. Nice stitching being used there. And here we have the StarMan Chun Li. We have the poofs here with the little ribbons. We're going to be looking at some type of the articulation here. Head goes up and down about this much, not a lot of movement there. You have this neck piece that goes in all the way. We have the movable eyes. One thing to note is that when you stick it all the way down or you move it too much, sometimes that neck piece does get into the area of the movable eyes and moves the eyes for you. So that's kind of a bummer there. This is a seamless body, so it has a metal skeleton under this silicone body. So moving it around does take a little bit of force and a little bit getting used to. So we have some neck movement. You can move quite a bit with the neck side to side, up and down not so much. I'm going to remove these ribbons here because they do tend to fall out. I'm trying to move the head up and down. So you can see there's not a lot of movement up and down for that. It's a little crazy there. Let's take a look at the arms. Arms go up about that much, maybe even a little bit more if you'd like. There you go. And look at that. Great movement on that. We have the puffy poof things on the shoulders. And you're not getting a lot of restraint or anything with this seamless body, but there's some things you got to watch out for, like this elbow. So since it's such a thin silicone on this thin arm, you can see a little bit of that metal skeleton on that elbow there. So just be careful. I wouldn't keep it in a pose with the elbows bent because that might rip over there. We did look at the hands quite a bit just a little while ago, and this movement here is crazy. So we have the abdomen area that goes all the way down like this. You can see these things fall out a lot because of the magnets and can go back about that much. This is perfect for Chun Li because Chun Li does a lot of these kicks and poses that require a lot of movement. So next up, we're going to be moving the arms, and you got to be careful with the sharpness of those cuff things there because they do tend to get stuck to the stockings. So you just got to be careful with those, especially if you're going to put it back in the box. Side to side about this much. Great movement there. And yeah, the stockings do get a little annoying because they do get to pull down a lot. You got to keep moving them up. Next up, we have the double jointed knee. Gets good range in there. And then we also can do the splits. But you just got to be careful because of the stockings. So you don't want to rip them. So you just have to push them up, move them around, and then you can get the kick high. So we have quite a high kick there. Can go more, but the seamless body tends to push it down because of the weight. We have a high kick over there. Again, you get a little bit of pushback. This is normal with the seamless silicone bodies. Again, the high kick over there. Just even this out a bit. Okay, and then we have the ankle articulation that's under the boot, going up about that much, down about that much, and side to side. Again, this is inside of a leather boot, so quite a bit of movement for something that's inside this leather. It's not the most flexible leather, but it can do. It's fine. There goes that again. So yeah. My suggestion is when you're posing it, remove the little ribbons and then move it around, put it back in. We have the zipper, and we also have Velcro down here. Now the reason for this is because the original comes with 2 costumes. Here we have Chun Li with Ken and Ryu from Iconic Studios. They look pretty good together. The style is quite different, but I think they're fine. Next up, we have a close-up of Chun Li doing a kick pose with Ryu in a little battle here. And I think this looks really cool. Now to get her to balance, it's quite a bit of a difficult task, so I did use, and there goes Ryu, I did use a stand for this. So I used the Storm Collectibles 1/6 stand. And there's a nice look at Chun Li doing her kick pose. Next up, why don't we have her in battle with Ken? Ken throwing a punch and Chun-Li evading that punch. So here we used a fist hand and an open hand to kind of evoke some type of movement here. Again, I wouldn't keep these in these poses because of the seamless body, but just for photography or video, I think it's fun. And you get a nice look at Chun-Li here. And here's an up and down all the way from the bottom. Chun-Li in one of her most famous poses with the high kick, getting ready for it. And you can see the stockings and the texture and just how cool Chun-Li looks, how positive and how empowered she looks with this pose. I really like this pose. I think this is a great shot. I would love to keep it in this pose in the collection, but not gonna happen because of the seamless body. So here's another look from a different angle, so you could see Chun-Li in one of her more famous poses. Next up, we have Chun-Li sitting down. Much more of a relaxed pose, but I really like the way it shows how the legs can bend and look natural in this case. Here's another look at the legs bending, so you can see how natural that looks, and another image of Chun-Li with her legs crossed. I really like the eyes looking to the side, gives it more of a realistic, more human look to her. Next up, we have Chun-Li in the Kokoken pose, and did not come with the blast effect in this case, but the pose is there. To balance her, I had to use a stand, but the back movement, the back crunch helped out a lot with that nice curvature back there. I would rather use the more straight hands for this pose, but I decided to go with this because they looked a little bit more natural. So there's a better shot of Chun-Li doing that pose. And here we have Chun-Li with her battle stance, ready for some action. You can see different hands being used here. Again, eyes to the side. I really like the idea of the movable eyes. I wish the Iconic Studios would have something like this, because it gives it much more of a realistic look. In the end, this StarMan Chun-Li is fantastic. I highly recommend it if you can pick it up. It's a good placeholder for Chun-Li until the Iconic Studios comes out. And we all know the Iconic Studios is going to be based off of Street Fighter V, so it's going to have the big hands and the big feet. So this is a nice little option if you want. Again, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, thanks for visiting Lagoland. Peace.
Lagoland!